Mario Party Superstars is looking pretty good. It looks like we could finally get a good Mario Party game.
What are you talking about? I'm the first good Mario Party in years. I'm the best-selling game in the series. Everyone loved me. I'm just as good as the old games.
No, you're not. You're an imposter. You fool people into thinking you're something you're not because they're too blind to see it.
Blind? I think the only one here who's blind is you, TheGameBase.
You're not a real Mario Party game. So what? You sold the best. It's because you're on the Switch.
You think Mario Party Superstars is gonna outsell me? I sold 14 million units. It won't even get to 10. I can guarantee you that.
I know what I have to do. I have to prove that Mario Party wasn't back with Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party was announced at Nintendo's E3 2018 Direct and was promised to be a return to form for the series. This got fans like myself extremely excited because Mario Party's new developer, IndieCube, had yet to make a good Mario Party game. After Mario Party 8, the original developer of the series, Hudson Soft, left the series. They had developed all of the previous 8 games, and every single one of them were at the very least good games. The majority of them were fantastic, but after Hudson Soft was dissolved, the series was handed over to IndieCube. Ever since IndieCube's taken over, these are the games that they've put out. Can anyone out there find a good game in this bunch? Because I know I can't.
What about me? I'm a good game.
Shut up. Today we're going to be focusing on the mainline Mario Party games that use the original formula. That's Mario Party 1 through 8 and of course Super Mario Party. Mario Party 9 and 10 are obviously not included because of the card. They tried to do something completely different than Hudson Soft, and yeah, after those 2 embarrassments, it was time to bring the series back to its roots. The thing about IndieCube was they didn't make terrible games. They just used an awful formula. Everybody thought that if they were to make a game with Mario Party's original formula that it would be pretty good. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Super Mario Party is just a lifeless shell of what the series used to be, with a little bit of bullshit sprinkled in there just to add to the sourness. I don't like this game. I think that's pretty clear by this point. The only positive we're really gonna take from this video is the fact that we have a new Mario Party game coming out, and it seems like it's gonna fix most of the issues. I have 5 reasons why Mario Party wasn't back with Super Mario Party, and I'm gonna start with the most relevant one, the bonus stars. Before you can truly understand why Super Mario Party did the bonus stars so poorly, I feel like you have to understand how the old games did them so well. So I brought in one of my best guys. He's a good friend of mine. He really knows what he's talking about. He'll do a good job teaching you guys what the bonus stars used to be like. His name is Professor TheGameBase. Professor, are you there? Here and ready to do what I do best, Austin. Teach.
Wait, so the only difference between TheGameBase and Professor TheGameBase is a different shirt and a pair of glasses?
You don't know me! You don't know what I had to go through to become a professor! Calm down, Professor TheGameBase! No, I'm done! I don't have to sit here and take this from a video game that isn't even any good! I'm out! I'm done! Well, I guess I'll be explaining it then. Don't worry, I know my fair share about Mario Party bonus stars. You know, you do have to sacrifice some stuff in life, though, to get so much knowledge on how the bonus stars in Mario Party work. You know, like a social life, friends, dignity. But anyway, let's get into it. Mario Parties 1 through 5 all had the same bonus stars. Minigame, which went to the player who won the most minigames, Coin, which went to the player who had the most coins at any given point, and Happening, which went to the player who landed on the most happening spaces. In the craziness that was Mario Party, the one thing that was consistent was that 3 stars would be rewarded at the end for each of these things. Are the rolls just not going your way this game? Well, win all the minigames and you know for a fact you'll at least get a star for that. And if you know for a fact you've won the most minigames, you you can strategize based on the assumption that you're going to get a star. This way you can earn stars whether you roll to a star space or not. It goes even deeper than that. Don't know who to steal the star from? Well, if you know Peach over there has landed on 5 happening spaces and is 100% gonna get a star at the end, you might want to steal from her even if she doesn't have the most stars right now. These bonus stars play a factor into every decision that you make in this game, and knowing which ones are coming is so huge because you can keep track of them throughout the game. Mario Party 6 was the first game to switch up this formula by replacing the coin star with the orb star. The orb star just goes to the person who uses the most items in the game. This was a fine change. It encouraged people to use items, and there were still only 3 bonus stars, so you could reasonably keep track of who was going to get the orb star and strategize around that. I almost would say I like this better because minigame and coin star kind of went together. The person who won the most minigames usually got the coin star. This way there's 3 stars that all have kind of separate variables going on. Mario Party 7 is where things got crazy. Instead of just 3 bonus stars, Hudson Soft thought it would be a good idea to add 3 more, making for a total of 6. The 3 stars that were in Mario Party 6 make a return, along with the running star, which goes to the player who rolled the most spaces. Basically a star dependent entirely on your rolls. This was a problem because some characters, like the Toads in Mario Party 7, had items that they would get that would basically guarantee that they would get this star. Then there was the shopping star, which went to the player who bought the most from the shop. I don't think this one's too bad at all. The person with the most coins usually has the most to spend at the shop, and the person with the most coins usually won the most minigames, so a lot of the time this one will go to the most skilled player. Finally, there's the red star, which goes to the player who lands on the most red spaces. It's basically just the happening star, except with red spaces. These stars by themselves aren't inherently bad. Where the problem comes up is now only 3 out of the 6 stars appear at the end at total random. That means now if you won the most minigames, you can't count on getting a star at the end. Instead, you have to hope that that star appears in the rotation. Now in terms of strategizing, bonus stars don't play much of a factor because even if Peach has landed on 5 happening spaces, there's a 50% chance the happening star doesn't even show up in the rotation. That star that she would have received is much less of a threat now that it's not guaranteed. My thing with Mario Party 7 and 8 is I don't think it ruins the experience because at least 50% of the bonus stars show up every single game. That means that if you did win the most minigames, there's still a pretty good chance the minigame star is gonna appear. 50% of the bonus stars appearing every game isn't that bad. It's definitely way worse than 100%, but it's at least tolerable in my opinion. Super Mario Party decided that they would go completely in the wrong direction, adding 3 more bonus stars, making for a total of 9. And the worst part is, now at the end of the game, instead of getting 3 bonus stars, you only get 2. So now only 2 out of the 9 appear, which is 22% of the bonus stars. You win the most minigames in Super Mario Party? Well, you have a 22% chance, a 2 out of 9 chance of that star appearing, which means it probably isn't going to appear. And yes, before someone says it, I know that if you play a 20-turn game, 3 bonus stars are available. But the thing is, no one in this world is going to play a 20-turn game of Super Mario Party. It takes 2 hours. That's the equivalent of asking someone to play a 50-turn game of a good Mario Party game, and no one's gonna wanna do that, especially not for Super Mario Party. So for me, that's honestly an irrelevant fact. I don't care that the 2-hour games have 3 bonus stars because I'm never going to play them. Also, if you play the team mode, instead of 2 out of 9, it's 2 out of 11. There's an extra 2 bonus stars. But again, no one's playing the team mode, so it's honestly irrelevant to me. That's why I'm saying 2 out of 9 for the most part. The 3 stars that they added to are all bad stars. They're basically all luck-based stars, which I hate. There's the Slowpoke star, which is basically just the running star in reverse. It's who goes the slowest. The Buddy star, which is just total bullshit. I mean that literally. Nobody knows why you get this star. The description is it goes to the player who got the right ally. Like, what? I did a pretty good amount of research before doing this video, and nobody knows how you get this star. As far as I know, it is just totally random. If that's not the most Super Mario Party bonus star there ever was, I don't know what is. No one's gonna be counting on that one at the end, that's for sure. Then there's the ally star, which is given to the person who got the most allies, which is the most overpowered mechanic in this game, which means the rich get richer with this star. This is the gimmick of this game. Basically, if you land on an ally space or you get an ally phone, you receive one of the characters who wasn't already in the game. When you get this character, you get 1, their custom dice block, which we haven't talked about yet. 2, you get them to roll for you every turn, adding 1 or 2 to your roll every single time. And you can get like 4 allies, which means they could be adding 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rolls to your dice every single turn. You basically become the god of the dice block and your movement destroys everyone else's. And also, there are certain minigames where the allies help you, basically guaranteeing a win if you have the most allies. And it wouldn't be such a problem if obtaining these allies wasn't pure luck. You either get them from landing on a space, which is pure luck unless of course you use a custom dice block to intentionally land on a space, or getting an ally phone, which for me, never appears. I played 4 games of Super Mario Party. Yeah, I know, it was miserable. To get footage for this video, I did not find an ally phone 1 time. It's pure luck, and it basically gives the person who's getting the allies such a colossal advantage that it's almost impossible for them to lose. The allies would be better if you had to pay like 50 coins to get an ally, but where it's totally random, it's just total bullshit, like most other stuff in this game. It feels like a lot of the time the game simply comes down to who has the most allies. The person with the most allies is going to be moving around the board so much more efficiently than everyone else. And since stars are only 10 coins in this game, they're basically going to be able to afford every star that they come across. And it's not like bonus stars are going to make up the difference because there's only 2 at the end, and also one of them is the ally star potentially. The rich get richer, I suppose. The mechanic is just way too overpowered and completely ruins the balance of the game in my opinion. This game would be way better if allies weren't a thing.
Allies are amazing. The more characters in the game, the more friends you make along the way. It helps fill the void of having no friends as a child. None of the other Mario parties wanted to play with me since I didn't have a number. I was so alone.
I'm sorry, what? This game has motion controls, and that's right, that is my 3rd reason. Listen, I personally really like motion controls. You'll never see me playing Pikmin or Metroid Prime without a Wii remote. However, I'm in the minority on that. A lot of people really don't like motion controls and outright won't play a game if they have them. This is a problem because Mario Party is a party game and you need people to play with you. If you're eliminating the people who don't like motion controls, you're eliminating a lot of people who could potentially play the game with you. I know a lot of people who refuse to play Super Mario Party and just ask that we play the old games purely so they don't have to use the motion controls. And this is also a problem because you can't play the game in handheld mode, which I would say is a pretty big deal on the Switch. Luckily, Mario Party Superstars is fixing that issue. No more motion controls, everything can be played with a button, which is awesome. You can also only play with the single Joy-Con, and man, I hate the single Joy-Con. I don't think it outright ruins the game, but if there's any other option, I'm picking it. I really don't like the single Joy-Con. It's my least favorite way to play on the Switch. The 4th reason is custom dice blocks. Imagine you're playing a board game and instead of everyone getting the same dice block, you get one of these 2. I don't know about you, but I know which one I would want, and I'd be pretty upset if I got the other one. It would make the game pretty unfair. It would give the person who got the good dice block a colossal advantage. I don't think a lot of people can get behind this mechanic because now instead of picking your favorite character, you have to pick a character whose dice block doesn't absolutely suck. just to give yourself a chance. I'd say this is the smallest complaint out of all of my complaints because this is the only one that I think can be avoided. Like, you and your friends can make a gentleman's agreement to just not use them. This also nerfs the ally mechanic if you decide not to use the custom dice block, because a big thing about the ally mechanic is receiving the character's custom dice block. You can't avoid landing on the ally space, therefore you can't avoid the extra rolls they give you, but you can avoid using the custom dice block if you really don't want to. I don't even think custom dice blocks are too terrible of an idea. They're just horribly balanced in this game.
You're horribly balanced in this game.
You stupid.
They're not.
Huh? My final reason is the boards, or just how the game plays in general. It's so freaking slow. 10 turns takes about an hour. For reference, that's about how long a 20-turn game took in Mario Party 6. This is a major problem because now the only type of game people are gonna wanna play are 10-turn games. Sure, 20-turn games are an option, but like I said before, no one wants to sit down and play Super Mario Party for 2 hours. No one. There only being 10 turns vastly lowers the economy when it comes to stars. Less turns means less opportunities to gain a star. Less stars collected on the board means now bonus stars, which are just complete randomness, have a way bigger impact at the end. Nintendo had to know this was an issue, which is why I think they only give you 2 bonus stars in the 10-turn games. They knew that if they gave you 3 in a 10-turn game, the game would almost be entirely decided by the bonus stars, which I think in the back of their mind, they knew were bullshit. And this is just a nitpick, but the way you roll the dice in this game just pisses me off. The character stands in the foreground with the dice and rolls, while the character on the board just stands there. After you roll, there's this really awkward 1-second pause, and then your character decides to go. It just looks awful compared to the old games where the dice would appear over their head, they'd roll, and then they'd go, all in one motion. Also, the boards themselves look like ass. I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's just so glaringly obvious that anyone with eyes should get this point.
You think you can make a video just slandering me? Do you think your actions don't have consequences? Well, it's time to learn a lesson, TheGameBase. I'm going to erase every other Mario Party game from existence. There's no need for that trash when I'm perfect. Just remember, this was your fault. You just had to tell everyone that I didn't bring the series back to form. Enjoy your precious games while you have them. I'm gonna go perform the ritual and make sure no one ever plays another Mario Party again.
Oh god, I have to stop him.
Finally, I'll be the one and only Mario Party game. They'll all love me.
Stop! What about all those memories? What about the people who love those games?
They can learn to love me even more. They'll finally see the light. Now stay out of my way.
I can't beat him. He's too strong.
There's nothing you can do now. In just minutes, every Mario Party game and all memories of them will be erased from existence.
Thought you'd seen the last of me?
Professor TheGameBase!
That's right. I didn't storm off in a rage. I knew I had to come up with a plan to make sure this didn't happen, and I found your one weakness. The one thing that you can't handle. Here, catch. Mario Party 6?
Where did you find that?
Oh, I get it. Good Mario Party games are his weakness. All right, Super Mario Party, take this!
No! The boards, the minigames, the theme. It's all too good. I feel so weak. I've got to get out of here.
All right, Professor, let's go home. Go home? I have a job. I'm a professor. Do you know how hard I worked to become a professor? I came here and helped you, and you want me to go home? Just have fun, play some Mario Party?
Hey Jim, how's your son doing?
Oh, I actually disowned him. I have no son.
Why would you do something like that?
Well, I found out he wasn't subscribed to the TheGameBase, and no son of mine is not gonna be subscribed to the TheGameBase.
Oh yeah, that's understandable. If my son did that, to the streets with him.